Hi, what's up everyone? Welcome back to Camonia Designs. I'm Sandra. Thanks for joining me for a new bullet journal video. Today we're going to plan my September spreads. I'm going to show you how I set it up. So grab your supplies, grab your bullet journals, pens, markers, whatever you'd like, or if you just want to watch it and enjoy the relaxing background music and just kind of listen through me explaining what I'm using and why, then just grab a cup of coffee, or if it's evening, glass of wine, and let's get planning. So right off the bat, I grabbed my art supplies that I want to use for this spread, which are Tombow Fudenosuke brush pens, my favorite, and a couple of fine liners. I'm just starting out with a list of all the spreads that I think I'm going to need, and how many pages for each. And then I just researched on the site there. I was just searching for a quote that I like so that I can use it on my cover page, and here we go. I made a mistake, and I do that quite often with the month of September because I always misinterpret or misjudge the length of the letters, but not a problem. I just flipped the page, then started over with a light brown Tombow marker and just added some drop shadows with a black hard tip fine liner. For this month, as a nod to back to school, since it is September and most people are going back to school this month, I wanted to do something book related, and my thought was more books on a shelf or library books, something like that. And so I just drew a few stacks of books and some books on a shelf. I added the monthly calendar on the top left corner of that right page, and for my quote I chose "Reading is dreaming with open eyes." I thought that was so appropriate because I always tend to have my head in the clouds, and especially when I'm reading a really good novel, it's literally like I'm in another world. So I really enjoyed that. So what I'm doing here is just making all the icons for my social media so that I can track my progress, and I'm just going to write the numbers within each of these books. Next came my monthly calendar. First, I do this a lot. I go back and forth between pages when I remember something, so just ignore that when it happens. And then whenever I make a mistake, I either try to cover it up with washi tape or to just blot it with a white gel pen. But for this, I just thought it would be easier to use the washi tape because it was kind of a long section to do with a white gel pen. But this is my monthly log. I like to do boxes because I need to be able to see sort of everything together at once, and this is just the easiest way for my brain to process plans or anything that's coming up. And I just made 5x5 dot grid space boxes and left section at the top for the days of the week, and then I just crossed off the days that were for the previous month or the next month, and finally added drop shadows because they're my favorite thing to add to the boxes in the light blue color, just to balance out the brown and the blues. Oh, and then I realized that I had 31 because on these stamps, you always get 31 days, so you just have to blot out day 31 if you don't need it for that month. Next, I made a to-do this month list, a page for that list, and as well as a shop launch page. If you don't know, I'm launching an online Etsy store here in a couple of weeks, September 15th. So I'm really excited about it, also very nervous, but there's a lot to do and that doesn't fall within the purview of my everyday other things, and so I wanted to be sure to track all my tasks that have to do with that and put them in the same place. Here I also added YouTube videos just because I don't have a lot of room in my current journal to track those right now. So I had a few ideas in the back of my mind I didn't want to forget, and a couple of them also have to do with Etsy, so I figured I would just throw that in here and make it easier on myself to write them down. And I didn't write them down now because I kind of want them to be a surprise, so I didn't want to spoil it for you. As far as the trackers, I'm just tracking every detail for, once again, for the shop, and it's more about the products, the shop details, and I forget what that last one is. I think it's just like little things that you have to plan for it. Finally, I'm making a weekly spread. This time around, I really wanted to have large boxes because I'm finding that there are so many little tasks that need to be done with this huge project that I gave myself, and so I just wanted to make sure that I had enough room to write everything down. And I also still had some room at the bottom, and since I don't do that in my other journal, I figured I'll add a little section for meal planning. Yes, it has nothing to do with the business side, but I do forget to eat as well sometimes, so maybe if I see it there, it'll remind me and I can make sure to stop and eat. But yeah, in general, I just keep going back and forth and double check all of the pages to see if there is a little doodle I can add, or some decorative washi tape, or make some additions. So for instance here, I didn't like that it was just the days of the week at the top. It was kind of bland, and so I made that into a bookshelf and threw a ton of books at the top there. The days of the week kind of disappeared now because it's really light blue, so I'm gonna go back and probably write them all in black so that I can see them better. And here, just adding the final touches like highlights on several pages, some outlines, and then I'll go ahead and share the final flip through. There you have it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this plan with me video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions for me about these spreads or my process, please make sure to leave your questions in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and would love to see more like it, make sure you click this like button and also subscribe and click on the notification bell so you don't miss my next one. Between this one and the next plan with me, there's going to be more tutorial and art videos, so if you like that kind of content, be also on the lookout for that, as well as any studio vlogs that I'm filming, which come out roughly twice a month. We'll see. But thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.